Alright, how's everyone doing? Welcome to From Z to A, Alphabetical Interviews with Zach Anderson. I am Zach Anderson. Today we're here at Sage Sound Studios for the 37th edition of Monsters of Acoustic Rock, and I am joined by Joey Wit.
What's up, guys?
So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. I'm going to ask you the difficult questions as long as it has something to do with the letters of your name.
Excellent.
So we'll start with Jay. Tell me about your musical journey. How long have you been playing music? Any memorable moments from your first gig?
Yeah, so that's a loaded question for me. The musical journey, I guess you could say, started when I was just a kid. Now, my parents don't necessarily play music, but they are massive music fans, and they introduced me to, some of my favorite artists very early on. I mean, just early memories of my dad blasting the Allman Brothers and the Beatles, and my mom playing Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, and they always encouraged my sister and I to turn it up rather than turn it down. Okay. So I guess, my sister's a wonderful singer as well, and we owe it kind of to them, the early roots of it. And then my dad brought home a drum kit one day when I was about 10 or 11 years old, and I couldn't stand up front and sing behind the drum kit, and so I went to the music store with him, we traded it in, got a guitar and amp, and it sat in the closet, and we had some family friends who played, and my uncle played, and we would sit around, and I'd always want to be a part of it, and I was like, I have this guitar at home, I might as well start learning how to play. And then I had some other things happen in life, and I kind of chose a different path through college and high school and college, and the guitar was always there, and I always loved it. It always looked great, and all my family members played, and actually Nate, who plays drums on my record, he's my cousin, and an incredible musician. He's been in countless bands, and I kind of always looked up to him, and they were kind of my musical heroes. And I was very fortunate that music was always around. And even Clay, who's playing with us tonight, he's our lead guitar player. He's married to my first cousin. So we've always had guitars around and floating around. And when my last career ended, I really kind of needed something to express myself. And I picked up the guitar, and I never wanted to play cover music. I never had any interest in playing other people's songs. I love other people's songs, but I like it when they play them. I never wanted to be anybody but myself. Agreed, And I've always kind of been attracted to songwriters and singer-songwriters, whether it was Jason Isbell or Jeff Tweedy and John Lennon, Paul McCartney. Those kind of artists really were attractive to me. And I remember watching the Michael Lindsay Hogg video, the Beatles, they're wearing the sweaters, and they're standing there, the Revolution promo video, and I was like, I'll have a bit of that, and I really was into it, and it kind of always just pulled in that direction. I finally sat down with the guitar, put pen to paper, found the chords that I heard in my head, and said, hey, well, I got these songs, I'll book some studio time. I'm fortunate enough to all my family and friends play. We called them up. That was 2 years ago, and here we are sitting next to you, Zach, talking. So it's been a wild journey. And to answer your question, my first solo gig was in Westport, Ireland, a place called The Brewery. And it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. A friend had hooked it up, and that was the first time I ever played all original songs. And the Irish are just such a wonderful people. They started learning the words and singing them back, and it was just incredible. It was really great. And then, came back here, and we started doing some rock shows, and it's kind of taken off in a very short period of time, really. Right. In about 2 years since I've been writing. So
that's great. Yeah. Excellent. Now, how do you go about choosing your set list order? Do you plan it out ahead of time, or do you improvise? Do you make it up on the fly, depending on how people react to certain songs?
So I think I try to approach it from the standpoint of a listener and how I would react to a set list, and I've watched countless artists that I respect, pretty ad nauseum. Watched how they line up their songs, and how it is a journey in that 90 minutes that they're on stage, where how they really, you don't want to just blast them out and then go to a soft song and then blast again. You kind of want to go for a little bit of a ride, and I really enjoy that. So I'm pretty meticulous about it. The boys, I asked them the other day, and they can, they're like, hey, we like playing them all, but I really, I'm pretty into it. So I take my time, and I structure it, and you never want to play a song in the same key twice, which should be 101, but it's not always. So we try to make it work, then, Yeah,
nice. Now, is there anything that's essential of you to do before a show to get ready? Do you have any pre-show rituals?
No, not really. I guess I just kind of grabbed my acoustic guitar, I strummed through a couple of the songs that maybe I feel like I need to work on before, and just there's so many different variables going on the day of a gig that you try to have all your ducks in a row, whether it be, all right, I need to get the merch, I need to have the cables, the guitars, or sometimes it's bringing a drum kit, you know, there's so many different things. I don't really feel like I have any rituals aside from just running down the checklist and trying to get there on time for sound check.
No, I get that, do you have any musical goals for this year, whether it's writing, recording, touring?
Yeah, so right now we're in the process of doing another 3-song EP this summer.
Okay.
We're going to have a song come out called Throwing Stones, another one called The Rapture, and another one called Hypocrites, and that'll be a 3-song EP that we're going to work on just on our own, in our own little studio. And those kind of 3 songs, hopefully they'll be out by the fall. We're going to play a few more shows this summer, really kind of get more content is really the goal this year, is get more recordings out there. We've got our 3-song EP that we did in 2017 at Dirt Floor in Haddam, Connecticut with Eric Lichter, and we're going to get 3 more out there, and then I think in the fall maybe go back to Dirt Floor with Eric and do a full-length record that maybe be out in 2020.
Nice.
So that's kind of the goal right now, is just keep writing, keep recording, and get the live set tighter, keep playing around the area, around New England and the tri-state area. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, what is your writing process for songs? Do you tend to start with lyrics or music? Does it vary song to song?
It does. That's a great way to put it. It varies song to song. There's times where you'll just pick up the guitar, and there's a song called Skeletons that we play, and that wrote itself. Like, as long as it took to put pen to paper is how long it took to write the actual song. The chords were there, and just melody was there, everything. And then there's other tunes that are, they've been shelved for years, and they come back, and you're trying to work it and fit the puzzle piece together. I think a good songwriter is always writing, whether lyrically or with melody. And I've heard different people say that you have to look in the corners that nobody else is willing to look in, or train yourself to look in the corners that maybe other people who don't write or aren't artistic, that you have to look in those corners and find, there could be something in casual conversation that comes up and you're like, oh, hey, that sounds cool. Or you see something a different way, then maybe like the light reflects in some room and it kind of hits you in the right way, and it could be inspiring. So, I take all that into account when writing, and I feel like we're constantly trading songs. But typically when there's a core, like a skeleton of a song, I'll take it to Clay, he'll come up with the catchy riff, and the boys will really put the finishing touch on the song.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So I like to end all my interviews with 3 interesting or random facts about yourself that many people might not know.
Cool, yeah. Number 1, I guess the interesting thing about me is I used to be a professional baseball player. I played for the Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals in their minor league systems. I'd signed a free agent contract out of St. John's University. I played there for 4 years and won a few Big East championships there, and went on and had a couple years in the minor leagues. Was hurt most of the time, but I was a catcher with Houston and became a pitcher with Washington, and it was very short-lived, but it was great fun, and that's kind of what sidetracked me from music for all this time. So now I'm kind of just starting this musical journey full on. Number 2, I guess I'm a massive Liverpool Football Club fan. I've been to the stadium at Anfield in Liverpool. I'm a diehard Red. It's my favorite city, my spiritual home, I consider Liverpool. I love it there, man. It's a brilliant city. The nicest people in the world. And really, I've got friends over there now, and they're just wonderful, brilliant people. And I guess the third one, I have 2. I guess I have 4 interesting facts. I'm a nutcase.
As many as you like.
I'm a nutcase gearhead. I love different guitars. I have many guitars. I think that's where my attraction to music and songwriting came from. And the last one is I have a German Shepherd puppy named Gus, and he turned 1 last week. So if you follow me on Instagram or the social medias, whether it's Joey _Wit on Instagram or Joey Wit Music on Facebook, you'll see pictures of Gus. Yeah. He's a 1-year-old German Shepherd, and he's the best. Cute, He's the best. He's funny, man. But yeah, that's the interesting. That's Joey Wit in a nutshell there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Excellent.
If you want to check out Joey Wit, please visit the link below. And now we'll cut to a performance from Joey Wit and The Definition. So thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
seen the endless stream of broken dreams, and nothing is what it seems. The endless stream of broken dreams. Another year's gone by. I thought I found some peace of mind. I close my eyes and let's rewind. Think back to the time when you were mine. I used to say I could fly, but you could see those wires. I'm living a lie, I'm hurting and smiling, and I know it. A deafening silence and falling fly, and I don't know. Strangers' hearts beat out of time, suffering for all their crimes. Rage on with the day. Another cigarette, how cliche.
Hey!